All right, we're going to begin with our second show of the night. For those of you that have been coming for a while, my name is John, and I shared the director spot with our other director, Brad, tonight. Round of applause for Brad. So given that it's the first month of the year, it's only fitting that we do a show titled New Year's Eve Party. So we decided to do an episode from a series, Burns and Allen. And for those of you that came last month, some small apologies, because you might have heard that we're doing an X-1, but fitting how the seriousness of our first show, we decided to kind of pair it with a kind of lighthearted comedy. So Burns and Allen, very iconic comedic duo that met in 1922. They married 4 years later in 1926. And in their early part of their career, they actually began doing vaudeville entertainment. From there, it moved to motion pictures, to then this radio show, and then finally a television series. And their radio show was actually inducted into the National Radio Hall of Fame in 1994. It's a very fun episode. I hope you all enjoy it. It's really fun to direct this cast. They had a lot of fun with it. So here, without further ado, is New Year's Eve Party, Burns and Allen, that aired in December 30th, 1948.
Another cup of Maxwell House coffee, George?
Sure, pour me a cup, Gracie.
You know, Maxwell House is always good to the last drop.
And that drop's good, too.
Yes, it's Maxwell House Coffee Time, starring George Burns and Gracie Allen. With our special guests tonight, Meredith Wilson, B. Benaderet, Hans Conried, Gail Gordon, Harry Lubin, and the Maxwell House Orchestra. Bill Goodwin and yours truly, Toby Reed.
For America's Thursday night comedy enjoyment, it's George and Gracie. And for America's everyday coffee drinking enjoyment, it's Maxwell House Coffee. Always good to the last drop.
As we join the Burnses tonight, we find them discussing the gala New Year's Eve party they're planning for tomorrow.
Gracie, we're going to have the greatest New Year's Eve party in town.
You bet we are.
Money is no object. I've hired an orchestra.
You did?
Yeah, and on New Year's Eve, musicians really come high.
And they leave even higher.
What about the food? Did you take care of that?
Yes. I bought 2 turkeys. Oh, and I hired a maid to pass around the hors d'oeuvres.
Well, this is really going to be some party.
You bet.
I bought champagne.
You did?
Uh-huh. And at midnight, we'll fill our glasses and drink bottoms up.
Isn't that an awkward position?
Well, yes, it'll spoil my hat.
You know, darling, with an orchestra tomorrow night, you'll be able to sing your very best.
Oh, no. People don't want to hear me sing.
Oh, they do too. Sometimes before the party, be sure to learn that new popular song, Drop Dead.
There's a popular song called Drop Dead?
Sure. Well, there must be. At every sociable, when you get up to sing, you say, "What would you like me to do?" And everybody yells.
Oh, yes. That's the big hit. Oh, drop dead. Oh, drop dead. Oh, drop dead. You are the ideal of my dreams. Yes?
Is that how it goes?
Yes, that's a good one. By the way, how many guests are coming?
Oh, I must have sent out 20 or 30 invitations. I invited a lot of old friends we haven't seen for a while. Meredith Wilson.
Good.
Professor Korkendorfer.
Wonderful. Gracie, you really worked hard to make this party a success. I'm going to give you a kiss.
Oh, well, thank you.
And tomorrow night, New Year's Eve, you'll get another one.
Gee, 2 kisses in 1 year.
No, you forgot the one on your birthday.
Oh.
Well, that was a big one, too.
Yeah, Well, I hope everyone shows up for the party. I haven't had any replies to the invitations I sent out.
Well, did you say RSVP?
Of course not. I said come to the party. Besides, dear, you don't have to spell things out for me. RSVP. If you want to say Roos Voop, just say it.
Gracie, RSVP is not Russ Voop. You see,
Oh, come in.
Howdy, little lady. Howdy, little man.
Why, Mr. Judson, what a wonderful surprise. George, look who's here. Say hello to our dear friend from Texas.
how do you...
Come in and sit down, Mr. Judson.
Well, thank you. First, I'll wipe off my boots. I don't want to get this dust on your rug.
Oh, what a gentleman. You're wiping your boots with a clean handkerchief just to save my rug.
No, ma'am. To save the dust. It's from Texas. After I shave, I use it for talcum.
Oh, well, George, why don't you speak to Mr. Judson?
How do
tell
you-
us what you're all about yourself, Mr. Judson. Why haven't you been to see us?
Well, my family's been in mourning, ma'am.
Oh,
Yeah, terrible tragedy. My sister, young, pretty, never sick a day in her life.
you mean?
Yep. She got married and moved to Oklahoma.
Oh, I am sorry.
Thank you, ma'am.
George, do you realize you haven't spoken to Mr. Judson?
How do
It's
you...
not that he isn't glad to see you, Mr. Judson. He's just shy. By the way, what brings you to California after all these months?
Well, now, I bought some fine Texas steers up here for the stock show. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta get back to my hotel and feed them.
You keep the steers in your hotel room?
Well, sure.
Well, don't you get complaints?
Yep. Them steers bawl their heads off, but it's the best hotel you got. Well, I'll be moseying.
You're not budging until my husband has the decency to speak to you. George, we're waiting.
How do you do?
Is that any way to speak? Now do it right.
How do you...
You'll have to have an excuse for him, Mr. Judson. He's got the mind on the big New Year's Eve party we're giving tomorrow night. Invite Mr. Judson to the party, George. George? George? He's gone.
Yes, ma'am. He stepped into the next room.
Well, here, I'll give you one of the printed invitations I sent out. I had one left over, so I put it in this drawer just in case, and... Oh, my goodness.
What's the matter, little lady? You sound distressed.
Oh, I am. Here are all the invitations to our New Year's Eve party. I forgot to mail them. Oh, George will be furious.
Yeah, he'll bellow like a short-tailed steer in fly time.
Oh, I've got to hurry out and see all the guests personally and beg them to come to our party. You'll come, won't you?
Oh, I'm sorry, but I gotta get back to the ranch and help my wife. The hogs is being slaughtered, and by now, she's probably smoking sausages.
Oh, I hope she doesn't inhale.
You hope she doesn't That's a real knee slapper. Oh, I like your sense of humor, ma'am. I'll be going now. See, I'll be seeing you.
But Bill, you've just got to come to our New Year's Eve party tomorrow. The Mortons and Bagleys can't make it, and Professor Korkendorfer has other plans too.
Well, so have I, Gracie. I promised to go to a party at Helen Burkett's house. We're going to do a little smooching.
Well, couldn't you come to our party for a while?
Well, no, I'll be tied up all evening.
Tied up? You won't have much fun if you can't use your hands.
No, Gracie. I mean, it's a date I can't break. You know, it's a real thrill to spend New Year's Eve with Hollywood's most glamorous blonde.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Well, sure, I can't rob the poor girl of that thrill.
Gee, I wish you'd change your mind, Bill. We're going to have 2 turkeys and George will sing.
That's 3 turkeys. And I still have to turn you down, Gracie. Your invitation comes too late.
Well, I better hurry along and try to get the other people. If this party doesn't come off tomorrow night, George may get so mad he'll walk out on me. He'll leave me to starve.
Well, don't worry. After he's starved a while, he'll be back.
Oh, but Mrs. Vanderlip, we've paid for the food and musicians, and George's heart will be broken if no one comes to the party.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Mrs. Burns, but Chester and I plan to spend New Year's Eve with the Butterworths of Pasadena. We're friends of long standing.
Well, if you come to our party, you can sit down.
No, we shall sit down. We shall sit before the fireplace and toast each other.
Oh, come to our house. We're using marshmallows.
We'll drink toast in champagne. I love champagne. It makes me want to get up and dance, and the bubbles tickle my nose.
When you dance, you better not hold your bubble that high.
Mrs. Burns, what are you...
Well, I guess when you've had a few too many, you don't know what you're doing.
Well, we will not get loaded, intoxicated.
Oh, Mrs. Vanderlip, please say you'll come to our party. If you don't, I'll have to go home and face a horrible disaster.
Well, wish him a happy new year from me. Goodbye.
Well, Meredith Wilson is my last chance. I hope he's home.
Hello.
Meredith, how are you? Meredith, you were supposed to get a beautiful invitation to our New Year's Eve party, but I forgot to mail it.
Well, that probably accounts for my failure to receive it.
Yeah. So I'm inviting you right now. You've just got to come. It means so much to George.
Well, I'm afraid I have previous plans for tomorrow night, Gracie. I'm proposing to a lovely young creature, just the type I've always wanted to marry, a girl.
Meredith, must you propose to this girl? George will be so disappointed.
Well, why? I've never given him any encouragement.
No, I mean, he'll be disappointed if you don't come. Can't you propose to our party?
Oh, no. I fear that's too public. Besides, I've promised to kneel before the very sofa on which her father proposed to her mother.
Oh, did she accept him?
I presume so.
Oh, do her folks approve of you, Meredith?
Oh, yes. Her entire family has taken me to their, if you'll pardon the expression, bosom.
How nice.
It's unfortunate that your party isn't tonight, Gracie, as my betrothed is working and I'm quite free.
Yes, if tonight were only New Year's Eve, all the people I invited could come and then... Meredith, I've got it.
What?
I'll make tonight New Year's Eve.
How can you do that, Gracie?
Well, I know I'm assuming powers greater than those of Petrillo, but I'll just make George think it's New Year's Eve.
Well, have a care, Gracie. You are assuming powers that are great.
Yes, and that's my good idea. He's going to bed early tonight, so I'll get all the guests over and wake George up and tell him he slept 24 hours.
That's a brilliant idea, Gracie. No one else has a brain like you, except possibly me.
We do make a great team. We're like those congressmen who support each other in Washington. When we put our heads together, it's a solid block. I hope everybody stays quiet because you've been making too much noise. Quiet. Are enough people here to get the party started?
Oh, sure, Gracie.
Well, does everybody know everybody else? Meredith, you haven't met the Vanderlips.
How do you do, Mr. Wilson?
How do you do?
It's always a pleasure to widen my acquaintances.
Thank you.
I enjoy meeting new people. I'm sure that you and your wife are wide enough.
Well, I like that.
I knew you'd get along. Now, put on your paper hats, everyone, and I'll go in and wake George and tell him it's New Year's Eve.
Well, how long has he been in bed?
Oh, about 15 minutes.
Well, maybe he's still awake.
Oh, no. I don't think so. He was lying on his tummy, and that way he usually rocks himself to sleep. Now, I'll wake him up, and the party can start. Happy New Year!
Oh, what? What? What was that?
Oh, it's New Year's Eve, dear.
It's New Year's Eve? Well, this is Thursday.
No, dear, it's Friday. You slept for 24 hours.
Have you gone out of your mind?
Get out of bed. The guests are here for the party.
Guess?
Well, sure. Listen. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Get dressed, dear.
I must be dreaming. Hand me my robe.
Here.
I don't believe this. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Well, gee, I feel like I only slept a few minutes.
You slept 24 hours, you sleepyhead, you naughty boy.
24 hours? Why didn't you wake me?
Well, I didn't have the heart, darling. You were so tired.
The funny thing is, I still am.
Now, the guests are waiting. Come on, I'll help you out of your nightshirt. Close your eyes.
Close my eyes?
My nose is shiny.
I feel so tired.
Well, here's George. Now the party can start. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Blow your horn, George. Having a good time?
Yeah, fine. 24 hours and I'm still tired.
Oh, yes, George slept for 24 hours. He's a regular Rip Van Winkle.
No, that's Van Winkle.
I like it her way.
Now, before we start the entertainment, Tallulah will pass the hors d'oeuvres. Tallulah, stop trying to date Bill Goodwin.
Why, Mrs. Burns? Oh, the thought never crossed my mind, as sure as my name is Tallulah Schwartz. Hollywood 5464.
All right, pass the hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, if you mean the weenies, they ain't been boiled yet.
Well, please go and borrow them. Meanwhile, while we're waiting for the hors d'oeuvres, Meredith Wilson will play a flute solo.
Oh, hey, that'd be good. Really great.
Well, thank you. Gentlemen of the orchestra, may I please have an introduction to the Cantabile from C. Goinder Meinen?
Well, Meredith, what's the matter?
I forgot to bring my flute.
Well, we won't let that spoil our fun. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Oh, isn't this gay, George? George, wake up.
Huh?
You're not enjoying yourself. Here, blow your little horn, dear. Now we're rolling.
I'm so tired, I can't understand it.
I'll open it.
Wait, here is Professor Korkendorfer. I guess I'm too early. There's nobody here yet.
Let's show 'em, gang.
Somebody spoke?
Yes, Professor, everyone's here. Now hang up your coat and join the party.
Oh, yeah. I hang it up here on this nice long rose.
Take your coat off my nose. Can't you see?
Of course I can see. I got eyes like a hog.
Oh, what kept you so long, Professor? Where you been?
Oh, I was experimenting with a little monkey, and I couldn't tear myself away.
Oh, interesting work, huh?
No. Strong monkey.
George, look who's here. George, wake up.
Huh?
Oh, you're not having fun, dear. Blow your little horn more. Now, come on over and say hello to Professor Korkendorfer.
Okay. 24 hours I slept and I'm bushed.
Well, look who's here, Professor.
The monkey followed me?
No, this is my husband.
Oh, such a nice girl to marry a monkey.
Oh, fine.
Well, now that all the guests have arrived, Tallulah, pass the hors d'oeuvres.
Okay. I got your weenies here. They're red hot. Weenies, anybody? Schultz and Newman weenies. They're skinless.
She means the weenies. Schultz and Newman both have skin.
Have a weenie, Bill?
Oh, thanks, Tallulah. What's the good word?
Hollywood 5464.
All right. And now it's time for games. You can play too, Tallulah.
Oh, much obliged, I'm sure.
Well, I would like to suggest a game. It's called Word Association.
Oh, how's it played, Mr. Vanderlip?
Well, we stand in a circle and someone says a word. Then the next person says whatever word that reminds him of, and so on around. Now, let's make a circle. Mrs. Burns, may I have your hand?
No, I'm already married.
I only want to hold it. Now, come on, everyone.
Oh, you take my hand, Professor Korkendorfer.
Oh, sure. My, you got such hot fingers.
Get your hands out of the weenies.
Oh, excuse please.
Now, if everyone says a word that doesn't fit, they must leave the circle and go into the next room. All right, we'll start with gems. Diamond.
Sapphire.
You're next, George. Wake up.
Huh?
Oh, you're not having fun, dear. Blow your little horn. That's better.
I'll start again and we'll skip your husband. A diamond.
Sapphire.
Ruby.
Pearl.
Emerald.
Maxwell House Coffee.
That's a gem?
Ooh, you said it, brother. What a coffee. Rich, delicious, mellow. Only Maxwell House gives that good to the last drop flavor.
Mr. Goodwin, we're all aware that Maxwell House coffee is delicious, but you cannot mention it unless someone else says a word that legitimately suggests coffee.
Oh, I see. Well, let's start again then.
Diamond.
Sapphire.
Ruby.
Pearl.
Emerald.
Donut.
Donut?
Thank you. Maxwell House Coffee. What's a donut without Maxwell House Coffee? That rare blend of choice Latin American coffees, radiant roasted to the peak of flavor perfection.
Mr. Goodwin, go into the next room.
Okay.
There. Now we'll start again with another category. England.
Austria.
Sweden.
Maxwell House Coffee.
Why did you say Maxwell House Coffee?
I want to go in the other room with Bill Goodwin. What's the matter? You think I'm crazy or something?
Shall we try vegetables as a category? Lettuce.
All right. What's stopping us?
I was naming a vegetable. Lettuce.
Rutabaga.
Corn.
Maxwell House Coffee.
You too?
I want to go in and see what Bill and Tallulah are doing. Think I'm crazy or something?
Well, that does it. The game is over.
Maxwell House Coffee.
We're not playing anymore.
Who's playing? I want some Maxwell House Coffee. It's so delicious.
Say, that's a good idea. I'll go make some. Have fun while I'm gone, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Are you having fun, George? Now, quiet, everybody, quiet. Now, I think the time has come for us to hear a song from the most talented member of the Burns family.
Oh, that's a swell idea. Sing for us, Gracie.
Oh, no. I don't mean me. Besides, I'm not a good singer. Huh?
Oh, you're swell, Gracie.
Oh, I'm not. Huh?
Well, really, Gracie, you're an excellent vocalist.
Oh, I'm terrible. Huh?
Yes, well, would you like to hear from me?
Yeah, blow your little horn.
Oh, all right. Riding fair that are willing to me, not the Bailey Fair, not the tropical sea. It's a little brown gal in a little mountain in a little grass in Hawaii. It is my Kiki and Kamahama's pale, but the Beach Boys free with their home. I can't sing. The little brown shack in Hawaii. Through that island. It's not hard to understand that whiny is a gal of ours. Be you, but the thrill and joy. It's not the eye, but they ain't bad. It's a little brown gal, a little brown gal in a little grass shack in Hawaii. And now we come to the grand finale of our party. Everyone be real quiet, and we'll hear from my husband, Sugar Throat Burns. Oh, the poor darling. He's sound asleep. Shall I wake him up so he can sing? No. Oh, well, then I guess the party's over. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Huh? Where am I? Gracie? Gee, everyone's gone. I can't get over it. 24 hours sleep, and I couldn't stay awake at my own party. Well, I better get my Rose Bowl tickets out of this drawer. Gotta start early in the morning. Holy smoke, what's this? All the invitations to our New Year's Eve party. Gracie didn't mail them. What goes on here? Hello, operator? Hello, operator. Operator. Oh, tell me, is this New Year's Eve? No, I'm not plastered. It isn't? That's tomorrow night? Thanks. So the whole thing was one of her tricks, eh? Well, here's where I get even. Good. She's sound asleep. Happy 4th of July!
What? What happened?
What happened? Get up, Gracie. It's the 4th of July. You've been asleep 6 months.
I have?
Uh-huh.
Oh, how wonderful. Now I can go out and buy all new summer clothes.
Now, here again are George and Gracie.
Ladies and gentlemen, George and I want to wish you all a very, very happy New Year. Blow your little horn, dear.
I can't, dear. I swallowed it. Gracie, I've got a surprise for you. Next Thursday, our guest star will be Gregory Peck.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I'll feel kind of silly standing alongside of a big, handsome guy like Peck next Thursday.
Oh, don't worry, George. You'll have something he won't have.
What?
All the straight lines.
Happy New Year.
Good things. The easy way. Do you like good things the easy way? Then get instant Maxwell House coffee.
Good things.
So good. True coffee flavor and fragrance, because instant Maxwell House is not a so-called coffee product. It's all pure Maxwell House coffee in instant form.
So good.
And so easy. So easy. Instant Maxwell House means great coffee. Great coffee instantly in your cup. No fuss, no muss, no bother. Try today instant Maxwell House, instantly good to the last drop. Until next Thursday, when our special guest will be Gregory Peck. Good night and good luck, and a Happy New Year from the makers of Maxwell House, America's favorite brand of coffee, always good to the last drop. Meredith Wilson appears through the courtesy of the Jello family. Okay, thank you. And now for tonight's cast here, the part of Judson was played by Andre Dixon. The part of Meredith Wilson was played by Herb Thompson. The part of Mrs. Vanderlip was played by Kathy Juarez. And her husband, Mr. Vanderlip, was played by Mark Fazio. Tallulah Schwartz was played by Donna Amesmeyer. Professor Korkendorfer was played by Jacob Palka. Our singer with pipes like an angel was played by Nell Brennan. Our long-suffering husband, George Burns, was played by Jay Summerfield. His daffy wife, Gracie Allen, was played by Ellie Babka. Our girl-crazy spokesman, Bill Goodwin, an incredible Foley artist, was played by Marty McNulty. And I, the part of Toby Reed, was played by Brad Zero. Thank you, thank you. And here he is.
All right, another round of applause for these wonderful actors we have back here. Didn't they do a great job? Really, everyone, thank you all for coming tonight. I hope you enjoyed the shows. We just have the last few closing remarks before you're able to leave here today. So, big thank you all to everyone that helps put on these shows. So, round of applause for our soundman, John Jesselmino over here, as well as our videographer, Lorenzo Cordoba. Round of applause for Andre Dixon for not only being one of our wonderful voice actors, but he also runs our YouTube page. So please go and check us out on YouTube, where we can share our videos to many different countries of the world. And also another big round of applause to this star right over here on my left. Without him, these shows would be very hard to do. Our wonderful sound effects man, Marty McNulty. Big shout out and thank you to the Riverside Township Board and also Vera Wilt for giving us this opportunity to bring old time radio to the stage of the town hall and to allow us to get together to film our shows safely for all of you during this crazy time that we're living in. Our director for next month will be my mom, Allison, so she'll come up here to talk a little bit about our shows for next month.
All righty, everybody. Again, thanks everybody for coming and for sticking with us through all of these nutty times. We really do appreciate it. Okay, next month, the show is going to be on February 25th. I better see every one of you, or I will come to your house and drag you out. It's going to be a double Valentine comedy shows. We're going to do Ozzie and Harriet's Buying a Valentine, and we're going to do A Great Gildersleeve, 2 dates for Valentine's Day. So come and be our dates for Valentine's Day. Thank you again for coming. Thank you, everybody, and have a safe trip home tonight. Thanks.